Saturn in Capricorn. Welcome. Welcome to Saturn in Capricorn, guys. Everybody going into quarantine. Look at the government shutting everything down. This proves to you, number one, that 12 astrology can't be true. Because we don't have, right now is when we're seeing what's happening when Saturn really goes into Capricorn. But let's vibe out real quick. Let's vibe out. Let's vibe out. Okay. Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn. See, financial astrology proves all of this. You'd have seen this coming when you understand what Saturn in Capricorn actually represents. And guess who I'm talking to today? Susan and Vodka Doe. Grand Rising, everyone. I know your Euro positions are looking pretty. I know that for sure. Euro hit the ground. Hit the ground. Oh. Nah, man, I don't. Hey, TJ. Nah, I don't listen to rap. This is what I listen to. Bossa Nova, man. Rap. I got it. I got it. Listen, for people who listen to rap, you don't understand the frequency of what it's doing to your body. That's at a 440 frequency. So you guys have heard me talk about the fact that we are 80% made out of water, right? So frequencies travel very quickly in water, and water holds memory. So being the fact that we're 80% made out of water, when you're listening to certain frequencies, what happens is that it messes with the somatics of your tune. So 440 frequencies, they actually changed the A note from 432 to 440. And the reason why is because when you see the 440 frequency on water, it looks distorted. It's not symmetrical. The 432 frequency is actually symmetrical. And so that's the reason why I don't listen to rap. I don't listen to mainstream music, period, because they're all based on the 440 frequency. And if you want more information on that, you could easily look on YouTube, because it'll talk about how they use that music to they basically weaponize music by using that sound there. And that's something that happened from the military. That was the CIA who basically started weaponizing music by using the A frequency, the 440 frequency versus the 432. Plus, when you listen to the lyrics, there's nothing positive in it. Like, what did Jay-Z talk about? Exactly. This is a new conscious album shifting the frequency of our people. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not only about what you're saying on the beat, it's about understanding the science behind it. It's understanding 440 frequency. If you're vibrating on that A note, look it up. You look at the somatics of how water moves, how it moves with different sounds, and you look at a 440 picture and it's distorted. And the 432 picture is actually a cleaner, symmetrical look. So that means that if your gospel music is on a 440 frequency, you still messing with your mind. Because when you use that frequency, what ends up happening is any words that are put in the lyrics, you automatically download it into your mind. So that's the reason why they even chose the 440 frequency instead of 432. 432 is still at a level that you can vibrate higher than 440. Look it up, somatics. You can look up the water somatics of the 440 hertz versus the 432 hertz. So even if they're putting positive lyrics on it, why are they not talking about when they switch the frequency from 432 to 440? Okay, so you say you already on this wavelength. I know, look at me. I have the euro up right now, but I'm talking about 440 frequencies. Look at this, guys. Sheesh. The euro did some numbers, man. Just since like the beginning of March, and we sent out this alert to our members, and they got in right around 1.145. So I know our members are sitting pretty right now. I know that for a fact. But again, is this a good out? We talk about in our membership how you find good outs, how you move based on probability. And if you understand the amount of movement that you're expecting, let's say, for example, you're using Renko bars. I'll show you some Renko bars. I'll make it a little fancy today. You know what I really want to talk to you guys about today is Capricorn and Saturn going into Capricorn during this quarantine. So mind you, this is something that's global, right? We are seeing a global shutdown, a global lockdown. And what did I tell you that Saturn represents? Saturn represents that father figure, the one that's about to put some structure, some discipline. A lot of people talk about Saturn, and if you look into ancient times, they'll actually say that Saturn used to be way closer, and it used to be one of our suns, Saturn. But now that Saturn is further away and it's more of a gaseous state, we are seeing a different energy come out of Saturn. And so now it serves as the disciplinary father, the karmic energy, the one that's bringing structure into your life. And what's happening right now is Capricorn is going into Saturn this week. This week, yes. Capricorn is going into Saturn this week. Why is that important? Look at the shutdown. What is this? This is the government. The government is shutting everything down. And this is the first time that Saturn is going into the constellation of Capricorn since 1991. Listen, don't believe me? I'll just show you. I'll just show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. See, when you start to talk about this type of astrology, the real astrology, what's actually happening up in the sky, that's when you know you're on a whole nother wavelength. Look at this. This is stellarium. I've shown this a couple of times, and the reason why is because I'm trying to bring more credentials and more facts to what astrology actually is. This brings astronomers and astrologers together, because astronomers are saying astrologers are crazy because they only use 12 constellations, right? And there's way more than 12 constellations. It's actually 88. But astronomers or astrologers are saying, yeah, but you guys are acting like these planets don't give off frequencies, and that we can't obviously see the effects of Saturn and Capricorn. So to bring these two together, basically you have to understand and understand 13 astrology, because what this is showing you is the constellations that the different planets actually goes through. So it doesn't go through 12, it goes through 13. Ophiuchus, that's the 13th sign. Let me show you Saturn here. I can't wait till you guys hear from Susan Abad-Goodell, because that podcast is going to be awesome. And the full podcast is going to be available to members only. but I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek on YouTube. So this is Saturn right here in Capricorn. So obviously, if you're tuned into astrology, a lot of people say, oh, we have Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, and that's basically the great conjunction of 2020. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Pluto and Saturn do not go conjunct in Capricorn yet, but Saturn, you see it here, Saturn's sliding out of Sagittarius, sliding into Capricorn. And guess what? Right now, it's at 33 degrees. So mind you, I keep telling you guys, millionaires don't believe in astrology. Let me maximize this so y'all feel me. Millionaires don't believe in astrology, but billionaires do. I just told you, Saturn slid into the constellation of Capricorn at the same time that this quarantine went down. I told you again, Pluto and Saturn kissed in the sky on January 12th when Meghan and Harry said they split from the royal family. Same time, the stock market starts to crash with Pluto and Saturn conjunct in Sagittarius. They're traveling away from the royal family. They moved to Canada or something from the royal family. And then now we got Saturn going into the constellation of Capricorn at 33 degrees right now, master number, and it's sliding into the constellation of Capricorn in basically a week, because Saturn, Sagittarius only has 33 degrees. So it's basically at the cusp. It's sliding into Capricorn right now during this quarantine. So why is that important? Again, if you understand what's happening around you from an astrological level, you can always be ahead of everyone else. Because we can see this and know something's about to happen, and we can be proactive, not only in our personal lives, but we can also do that with the market as well. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you start talking about financial astrology, that's understanding what's happening around you on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Just like the zero position was a whole nother level. I know a lot of my members got paid a pretty penny on that one. Now, I didn't send out this trade, but I'm also in ZB right now. Can we change the frequency at home? I would say the best thing that you can do is listen to a different frequency. So you hear this is bossa nova in the background. So this is at a different frequency because I'm listening to actual instruments. So instruments are going to give you the cleanest frequency that you can listen to: jazz, bossa nova, different live instruments, the violin, the clarinet. See, the thing is that your organs actually respond to these different sound notes. So that's the reason why, especially, I think everyone has this ability, but especially those who are melanated, when they deal with these different sound frequencies, basically your organs are reacting to the sounds that you're hearing. Now, the only reason why I say everyone has melanin technically, but the reason why I say melanin is because it gives you an extra tie to the spiritual. And so everyone's pineal gland obviously releases melatonin. So that's a part of everyone. But specifically those who may have melanin, they may deal with that spirit molecule a little bit differently because your organs are reacting to the sound. Hey, last link. Trying to get better at checking these chats. What trades are you guys in? Now, I know some of you guys had to have gotten in on some of these alerts. And if you didn't, shame on you. Shame on you, because you see what's happening in the market right now. This is a perfect time to be an options trader. Why? We make money in bullish markets, bearish markets, ranging markets, neutral markets, any type of market. I can make that guala. Why? Because spreads bring the bread. Remember those bull puts and bear call spreads that we talked about? I have one on in corn right now. Now, corn, mind you, if anyone's in this trade, when I sent it out, corn hit the ground from like 380 to 337 right now. And this was just in the last week. 380 to 332. Yeah, actually it hit a low of 332. Now, why is this important? Because what we did in this position specifically is we did a spread. This is the reason why spreads bring the bread, because now you are hedging your position in case anything like this were to happen. I didn't know that corn was gonna go from 380 to 322 or 332. But what I did know is that if I do a spread, a future spread specifically, and I buy, let's say, for example, the front month and I sell the back month, I'm hedging my position. That's a future spread. That's why I say spreads bring the bread. Let's check up on that spread. /ZC. Yeah, you can see it down here. So you see this position that I have down here? Mind you, live account, guys. Why? Because we are one of the only channels showing you live trades in a live account. A lot of these Forex traders, a lot of even these options traders are showing you trades in simulated accounts. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I actually trade live accounts here. And so I want to show you this position with ZC so that you understand when I send out alerts, I'm getting into these alerts as well. And I'm putting my money behind this. So this is ZC. This is a position that we got in again. We sold the front month and we bought the back month. So we sold July and we bought December. And as you can see, our first contract, we did about 10 contracts in it. Right now, it's up around 13,000. Now we have the back month that we put as a hedge, and you can see here, it's down about 8,000. So right now we have a profit of 57.50. Mind you, this is a spread. This is a spread. I bought and I sold at the same time in corn. Name a Forex trader that can do this. You can't. This is what I mean by spreads bring the bread, because now I have a hedged position. This position was hedged from the get-go. I wasn't worried about this corn position. Why? Because I sold the front month, I bought the back month, and I'm making money either way. It dropped to the ground, but look, I'm still up 5,500. Now, mind you, there's many different ways that I can go about actually managing this position. Let's say, for example, I think that corn is, it's kind of reached a low. Let's say I think that this is the lowest that it's gonna go. I can do two things. I can exit and take the profit out of the sell position and leave the buy and then make money as it rallies up, but understand the risk that comes with that. What if corn keeps going down? What if it goes down to 320? That's the reason why you have to understand the picture that you're seeing here, because that's gonna help you understand whether or not you need to be taking off that insurance. Because the reason why we did the spread is because we wanted insurance. As you can see, I did 10 contracts on this. On each position, that's around 20 contracts. But look at the buying power that this says here. 2750? Oh, wait, 2750. That's all I had to have in my account, and I'm up 5,500. And this is a live account, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Spreads bring the bread. And this is just simply corn. Mind you, since I started this channel, I've been talking about corn, right? I've been talking about corn like I live on the corn belt. But I'm down here in Miami trading corn, making money on corn. And this is what you can see. I'm up 1750 just since the market opened today. Now, another thing I do want to mention for my people that are trading agriculture is it's very important to know that the market has different hours from the stock market. So the market closes at 1 p.m., I believe, right? Like 1:50. It's important to make sure that you get out of your trades in agriculture at least by 1 o'clock, because the market closes way before the stock market closes. So if you wanted to get out of your position, let's say, for example, in corn or in soy or whatever it may be, again, the market closes at between, I think, like 1:50 to 2. So just try to get out of these positions if you're in any agriculture at least by 1 p.m. because after that, you won't be able to get out the position until 7 a.m. the next day. So it's a really small area. I can tell you right now that it depends on what you mean by full time. Full time, I live life. I take my minerals over there. study science, that's what I do full time. This is something that I do to generate income, but full time, what I'm doing is I'm understanding how to basically unlock my DNA, whether that be going through something health-wise or whether it be through technology. And so that's one of the reasons why I even got into the market, was because I wanted to find out how could I generate enough income to actually be investing in these different technological endeavors that I'm interested in. So that's what I do full time. And what I do in my other time, BTW, for all of you guys who are, let me set up a little science lab for you. For everybody who's afraid of the coronavirus, because fear is just filling everyone's mind right now, right? Listen, reason why I'm not fearful of anything is because I got these 5 right here. This right here, let me make this bigger. Colloidal silver. Can you like focus the camera? Let's see. My amazing cameraman, can you focus this camera so they can see this? That is colloidal silver. Very, very important for your immune system. This right here, if you take this every day, 3 times a day, I take this every day, you won't be worried about any coronavirus. Because your immune system, you have to build up your immune system. There's a guy by the name KT Archdegree on YouTube, and he explains on there the actual science into what's happening in the cells when the coronavirus enters into your body. Check him out. His name is KT the Archdegree, and he actually breaks down the science of what's happening in the body when that bacteria comes into the body. And he even breaks down the fact that a lot of this is not only because your immune system is weak, it's because of 5G and because y'all won't get y'all asses out in the sun. And it's in the chicken. You hear my photographer in the back? He said it's in the chicken. The coronavirus is in the chicken. Y'all better stop eating that chicken. That China chicken. Look at this. This is black seed oil here. Black seed oil. Very good for the immune system. Always want to make sure you're getting your DHA and omega-3 as a vegan or as a person who's plant-based. So you got to take some fish oil. I should take some colloidal silver right now. Take a little drop. And you put it under your tongue. This right here is the blood of plants. I don't know if you can, okay, yeah, you can see it. This is chlorophyll. And the reason why you want to take chlorophyll is just like how your blood, your hemoglobin, is filled with iron. Well, what happens to iron? It rusts, right? So what we are doing with chlorophyll is we're building back our red blood cells. That's what chlorophyll does. And be careful with this because it does stain. But you can just take like a little bit of this. It's really rich. Wait, let me see if you can see the drops. It's like really dark. You see how those drops are really dark? It's alcohol free. So this is pure chlorophyll. Just put some in your mouth. Again, it might stain your tongue or your clothes, so don't get it on under your clothes. And this is Bacopa. This is gonna keep you smart. So Bacopa is actually, this is a brain food, what a lot of people call nootropics. And it's built from mushrooms actually. But what this does is it keeps you alert. And so if you have any issues with staying alert, you may feel fatigue, you can take Bacopa. And wait, this one right here, this is another nootropic. So this is actually a blend of that basically keeps you alert for your brain. This has Bacopa, yerba mate, ginkgo biloba, and L-theanine, which is part, okay, you can see here. So all of this is artificial, guys. This is all non-artificial, not artificial. This is all not artificial. And this is how you build your immune system. Using chlorophyll, using colloidal silver. Make sure you get that DHA with fish oil. Make sure you keep it alert with the Bacopa. Your black seed oil, keep that immune system running. And listen, if you're already feeling a little sick, this is what I take for my medicine. Anytime I'm feeling even a little itch, right? This is called feverfew. And this is for your nervous system. And I'm taking these basically without putting it in water. I'm just putting this just taking it back. It is a little bit strong, but it's literally you're gonna feel the results very quick if you use this. This is called saw palmetto. I take this a lot anytime I've ever felt like I was coming down with the flu. Saw palmetto, this is a system restorator. This is like the liquid extract from it. So this is actually very good for men as well. If you have any issues with your prostate, you've probably heard people talk about the saw palmetto. And what else do we have here? Ooh, where's that oregano? Oh, that's it right there. This right here, listen, anytime I've ever felt sick, a sore throat or anything, this right here will get you right. And it is so potent that it will have your throat probably burning for 5 to 10 minutes, but it will literally go straight to rebuilding your immune system. They say here that it's an active responder. So this is the reason why I'm not afraid, guys. No fear. I'm proactive on an astrological level and on a health level. I got my colloidal silver, I got my black seed oil, and I don't eat anything that basically poops, anything that dies. I'm only eating plants. Anything that has a soul, I should say. Because plants die too, but I'm talking about anything that has a soul. I'm not eating anything that is alive. Any animals? And by the way, a lot of people talk about protein and they talk about why vegans are protein deficient or listen, a lot of people don't even know what protein is. Seriously, what is protein? Could someone even tell me in the chat, what is protein? Why do we need so much protein? They've really gotten into our minds trying to push this whole protein thing because that was behind the meat agenda. But you can get protein from beans. You can get B12 from beans. That's what you need. You need more B12. You need more vitamin D. Everyone is vitamin D deficient because they stay in front of this blue light majority of their day. Everyone needs to get out in the sun. That's the main thing that everyone needs. Vitamin D, B12, and building up your immune system. So vitamin C, eating oranges, that's what you need right now. That's my little health rant for today. Again, Pluto is sliding into Capricorn in the next 2 years, but we already got Saturn that's home in Capricorn, sliding in there in a week. In a week, they actually, oh my God, this is crazy. The quarantine happened the same time that Saturn is going into Capricorn. That's all I gotta say about that. The same time. Right here. I really love this app because you can even download it and you can see what the sky is looking like from wherever you are in real time. So it's a really cool app, guys, Stellarium. And it's showing you, again, the actual placement of these different planets. So according to Western astrology, they have you thinking that Saturn is in Sagittarius, but as you can see, Saturn is leaving Sagittarius and it's sliding into Capricorn. So this is the platform that I use actually to see that. And this is showing you the 13 astrology. So this is actually showing you today. Is it? Today's March 18th. Let's switch this over to March 18th. I believe the moon right now is leaving Sagittarius going into Capricorn. And you can kind of see it even on Stellarium. Where's the moon? Oh, wait, what moon is that? Oh, they actually have the moon in Taurus. See, and this is the reason why I love looking at Stellarium, because this is going to show me where it actually is. The real time. Okay, so this is the constellation of Taurus, and you have the moon sliding into Taurus. Just when we wanted to talk some money, right? Moon sliding into Taurus right when we're talking some money. And that's Venus in Cancer. Oh wait, but this must be the wrong date then. That's why. Venus isn't in Cancer yet. Yeah, you can see with this tool, you can even go like backwards and forwards with time. So today is the 18th. Yeah, Venus should be in Aries right now. Yeah, Venus is in Aries right now with Uranus. And you see Uranus, that's the reason why everyone's trying to make money with their face. Everyone's trying to be very, like everyone wants to be in charge right now. Selfies, that's Uranus. Uranus basically represents technology. And when you think of Aries, you think of what? You think of the head. You think of somebody who likes to take charge, who likes to be the leader. That's also ruled by Mars. So you have like the commander, the military, right? So you have Uranus in Aries, that's going to be changes in the military. That's also people using their face, so on technology to make money. You know what else that is? Facial recognition. And who released one of the biggest facial recognition by government? China. And Uranus has been in Aquarius, in Aries rather, 5 degrees. So this happened maybe, I want to say a year ago, last year in 2019. That's what I'm saying, man. People keep talking about protein, and they don't know what protein is. Whoa, what did you say? Spell the name of that app. It's Stellarium. Let me put it here. Exactly, the Snapchat era. That's exactly what we're seeing right now with Uranus and Aries. That's the Snapchat era. Everyone's doing selfies. That's Uranus and Aries, technology all up in your face. And then here's the thing. That's also on the flip side, facial recognition. And that's the reason why a lot of that type of technology started to pop up in China. Also here in the US too. I mean, everyone pretty much uses facial recognition to get into your laptops or phones now. It's become the norm, but they're not recognizing the fact that astrologically, that's what we're seeing right now with Uranus and Aries. And it just began. Look at this. 5 degrees. They about to pop off the facial recognition technology for sure in the next 5 years, basically, as Uranus continues to travel through Aries. See, that's one part that you have to understand about astrology is that you have slow-moving planets and then you have the fast-moving planets. So Venus will only be in Aries for maybe 15 days, but then it's going to slide into Taurus and it moves faster. But when you have Uranus, this is something that's going to stay there for a couple of years. And so that's basically a shift in what's happening in this decade. That's the reason why Capricorn is so important, because the last time that Capricorn slid into, or Saturn rather, slid into Capricorn was in 1991. Like every 30 years, 1991. So that's the reason why it's going to be very impactful right now. And as I mentioned, this doesn't happen by coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. The fact that Saturn is sliding into Capricorn at the same time that the government is shutting all of y'all down, everybody is going crazy right now. Listen, I just tried to buy something on Facebook and this lady told me that I couldn't buy an Apple keyboard from her because she was was practicing social distancing. Like, how have we gotten so stupid? You can easily throw something in the grass, guys. This is not something to freak out to the point where you can't sell somebody an item on Facebook. Like, let's be honest, that's crazy. There's so many different ways that we can go about this, but that is just showing you what's happening as far as people reacting in fear towards what's happening with Saturn. Saturn brings that fear out of people. Why? Because it's discipline. It's changing the structures that you're used to. And if you're not malleable, if you're one of those people where you're fixed into your ways and you can't change, oh, Saturn about to tear that ass up. If you are lethargic in any way, if you don't like to recreate, this is really a time of recreating. That's what Saturn in Capricorn is going to do. It's going to recreate some new structures. It's going to recreate some new leadership. And what you have to do is be able to be malleable. You know, even with your strategies as a trader, the market continuously changes 10-10. The market continuously changes. So what that means is that you have to continuously look at the market as an evolving vehicle. That's the reason why a lot of traders, hedge fund managers, they're going out of business because they didn't know how to change to what's happening with high frequency traders. If they were able to be malleable and just adapt to what's happening in technology right now, a lot of hedge funds would not have gone down. But it's all about, are you fixed in your ways? Are you able to change? And Saturn about to prove that. When Saturn slides back into its ruler, which is Capricorn, yeah, we're going to see a lot of changes in structure. But the important part of it is not to be fearful. It's to be proactive, to look at everything as an opportunity. Market's crashing right now. I'm looking for opportunities, whether it be in agriculture, in gold, even in the dollars. Now, our stock positions, we're actually looking for some closes, and I mentioned that yesterday. Obviously with ZB, that's a pretty profit as well. So I may be looking at managing that position simply because, I mean, it dropped. Let's look at it. /ZB. Yeah, ZB went from 191 all the way down to 171 while we were asleep. This happened last night. Now, mind you, I had a stop order on there because I was trying to get out of the trade. That wasn't a stop loss. That was a stop order. Gotta make sure you see that. That was not a stop loss. That was a stop order, but it actually went right through my stop order because of the volatility that happened last night. So price actually went from 180 all the way down to like 171. And last night it went from 171 to 167, and then it kind of bounced back a bit. Let me bring this on a larger time frame. Okay, so this is a 10-day perspective, but looking at 4-hour candlesticks, and you can even see it here. Since the beginning of this week, price went from 181 down to 167. Now, all I really need to understand what I'm gonna get out of this trade is I can simply just put the maybe one standard deviation on there and understand, okay, where is it in relation to the mean? And I always go back to this analyze tab here, and I'm looking at what was the probability of price, for example. We switch this to ZB /ZB. Now the position that I'm in, I got in when it was at 178. And right now it's at 173. So I got in right around here, but I actually wasn't in on Tuesday. I want to say I got in last week when it was right here. So I was down when it went up to 181, but this is what we've seen just this past week. So this is a movement that I was waiting on this 10-day perspective. And that was only with one contract. Now, mind you, the reason why I didn't send out this trade to everyone is because ZB actually moves at $30 a tick. So every time this number moves from 28 right here to 27, that's $31 if you're trading futures outright. So that's the reason why I didn't send out this trade. I just took it personally because I understand that it's more that you're risking. So even though this position right now is up 5,300, there was a time when it was down maybe 3,000. And so everyone is not able to stomach that type of loss. And so that's the reason why I brought it down a bit. Okay, so right now it's at 5,200. Yeah, we're staying in this trade for a while until we see some sort of retracement, probably to maybe a positive 1 standard deviation, and we'll probably look at getting out there. This is on a 4-hour 360. So mind you, ZB has been a really strong trend for the last year. Like, this is the first time that we've seen it rally so quickly all the way up to 191, and then also seen it crash so quickly all the way down to 172. So lots of volatility happening in ZB. And again, that's the reason why if you don't have a certain account size, I wouldn't suggest trading this outright as futures. Maybe doing a bull put spread, bear call spread. But even then, this is going to require more buying power than if you were trading Billy, for example, or if you were trading stocks. So that's the reason why I do try to mix in my futures and my stocks at the same time, because both of them together, they require different buying power. So let's see here, /ZB. I'm sticking in that trade. Definitely probably closing out Billy this week, but not closing out long term. I'd probably say taking some profit. We caught Billy at the beginning of like February when it was at 28. So right now it's at 23. Obviously it's done some retracement. I believe this is actually a video streaming app in China. Billy, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's a video streaming network that's based out of China, actually. And so we did I believe we did a bear call spread on this, but then we also did some long puts. So the profit that we took out of Billy, we just have maybe 1 or 2 contracts right now, but we took out majority of that profit. Okay, we have 10 still left right now, and it's up 22.50. And look, that was actually a really long expiration, 121 days. So this is the profit that we took from Billy, and the trade price was right around 11.30. 11.30 per contract. So maybe around like 1,000, 1,300 for each contract. Or rather, actually, that's 130. Let me see. See if I try to do one right now. So for 10 contracts, yeah, it was around like 1,000 per contract. So I want to say when we got in, it was right around like $11,000 that we put in as far as for this position. So I'm hoping to hold Billy for a longer time, but obviously right now I may be taking out some profit. So that's the reason why I'll probably minimize the contracts that I have in, but I'll still keep a bearish perspective. So I may exit 3 or 8 contracts and then keep 2 contracts in just to see what else happens from that underlying. But at least I know I already collected some of the profit. I know I came on here really talking about Capricorn and Saturn. And I mean, the reason why is because this is what we can all relate to right now. This is something that everyone's, I mean, first of all, going crazy about. They're fearful right now because everyone's stuck into their houses, going in quarantine, trying to figure out if this coronavirus is, you know, is actually susceptible, if you're susceptible to what's happening right now. So everyone is in this fearful mode. But what you need to do is look at this as how can I capitalize? So again, even in the markets right now, if we understand that Saturn and Pluto's conjunction started what seems to be a bearish trend in the NASDAQ, in stocks overall, then okay, what can we expect from Capricorn now sliding into, or Saturn sliding into Capricorn? We can see changes that's gonna happen in the government, changes that's gonna happen in the stock market. And that's the reason why crude oil went all the way down to 24, man. 24. Now, mind you, this broke every rule in the trading book. Like this went from 47 all the way down to 29. And we thought like, whoa, that was crazy. This happened last week. Now, price continued to slide down from 30 to 24. Now, to put some context in here, look at this weekly. This is a max. So just showing all the way back to 1995 with weekly candlesticks. 25. Last time we were there was in 2016. So is this going to be a support level? That's the question. Price went right back down to where it was in 2015. 25. Now, the question that you have to ask yourself is, do you think that they're going to actually crash any futures underlying? Are they going to crash crude oil? Are they going to crash natural gas? Natural gas right now is at an all-time low too. So depending on how you think of that, obviously, I don't think that they're going to crash crude oil nor natural gas. What I see is seasonality on steroids. I see what was expected to happen at the beginning of this year, and then the coronavirus just continued to magnify the results of what we're seeing as far as the numbers. But even with natural gas, this is the lowest that it's been since 2016 and since 1999. Look, 2016 and 1999. Again, it looks like opportunity to me, because unless you're saying they're gonna crash natural gas and it's about to hit this number 0 right here, I'm just looking for an entry at this point. I'm looking for the opportunity to do high probability spreads with definitely bull put spreads in natural gas, bull put spreads in crude oil as well. And then when I hop over to the stocks, I'll be looking at some bear call spreads. Let me delete this one down here. I actually had some positions that I wanted to look at and get into right now. And so since you guys are live with us, let me see where my positions are. Okay. So I don't think, am I able to do this one on here? LE. All right, I'm gonna do a trade in live cattle. So live cattle is /LE. And let me show you the charts with live cattle, /LE. Let's see. Price right now is at 100. Let me open up a 360 so you can really see what live cattle has done. Ooh, man. Ooh, wee. Price went all the way down to 91 last week. Now, right now, price is at 98. It seems like it's trying to form that second 4-hour green candlestick. So what we're actually going to do is a futures run. And, hey, let me see. You know what? On second note, Saturn just slid into Capricorn. So why am I still giving out discounts and discounts and discounts and this? Now, mind you guys, I've been giving out free alerts through Talking Options since 2019. If you want the facts, check my archives. And all of our alerts have been winners. And here I am looking at live cattle like, yo, I'm about to make some people some real money on this live cattle trade. Should I give this one out for free again? Because it seems like I'm giving out these free alerts, but I don't even know if they're getting in on them. So you know what? I'm actually gonna save this one for our members. And what we're gonna do is I'll send out this alert for my members. If you guys get into the membership by 2 p.m., you will receive this alert that I was gonna send out on live cattle. By 2, actually the market closes at 2, so I'm gonna send this one by 12. So you got 2 hours to do a 14-day free trial of our membership, and you'll get this alert that I'm gonna send out on live cattle. Now, mind you, this alert on live cattle, when I say it's about to be a 99% winner, like this one is definitely gonna be a winner. And actually, I'm not only gonna send out live cattle, let me see, I'm gonna send one out as well in soybean. Wait, let me get my papers. Let me send one out in live cattle, and I'm also gonna send one out in soybean and the British pound. But I'll give you guys a sneak peek right now. So live cattle, soybean, and the British pound. I'm about to send 3 alerts out through our membership. All of the members, if you're watching right now, get ready to make some crazy money, because we're gonna stay in these 3 swing positions, and I'm gonna show you with these different spreads how you are gonna be able to make consistent income on all 3 of them. So we're gonna do one in live cattle, and I'll also show you the trades that we're gonna do in the British pound as well. Now, mind you, if you're watching this video for the first time, we do have a 14-day free trial in our membership. So if you join the membership, you will get these 3 alerts before 12 p.m. today, before noon. You'll get these 3 alerts, and you'll be able to try them out in your paper trading account, in your live account at your own risk. But as you can see on my side, I'm using a live account. So if you guys don't want to use a live account, that's fine. But at least you can see that I'm using this in a live account. So I'm going to do a trade with live cattle, and I'm also going to do a trade with soybean and the JOP as well. So look out for those numbers. I was about to give out some really, really good money, man. But Saturn is sliding into Capricorn, so we're going to change some structures, guys. I'm going to live by the stars on this one. I've been giving out a lot of free alerts, man. Peace, peace, somebody said. What's up? Dang, Simple Cloud said, dang, I got to give up my chicken. I mean, chicken, life, you pick. All I'm trying to tell you is that chicken is contaminated, man. And half of y'all are not even eating real chicken. Like, I'm from Jamaica. We had chickens that were like, we had a farm. So we saw the chickens, and unfortunately, some of those chickens died. Now, mind you, I was a kid then. And actually, my great-grandma was vegetarian. But for some reason, we're supplying chickens to everyone else, right? Those are real chickens. The chickens y'all eating, those are not chickens. That's some sort of like 3D printed piece of blob. Oh, is this still showing? Wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna tune out in a few. But for you guys who, again, you want to get these alerts, I got live cattle for you. And I still have that trading challenge that's going on right now. For you to bring me a Forex trader, especially in these times. In these times with Saturn sliding into Capricorn, I want to give you guys $10,000. If you can show me a day trader that trades Forex on a regulated broker, and they can show me 4 back-to-back quarters of them being profitable in the market. 4 back-to-back profitable quarters, a day trader. Now, mind you, if you want a place to start, there's over 300 YouTube channels with Forex traders. So you can actually go reach out to them and say, listen, this crazy girl named Talking Options is saying that none of you guys are profitable trading Forex. And she has 10 grand that she wants to give you to show your broker statements, and we could split it. You and the person could split it. But my point is, guess what? You're not gonna find anyone. Wanna know why? Because 99.6% of Forex traders have not been profitable. Now, options trading is different, because I showed you guys, I can do future spreads. I can do option spreads. I can trade and the market can still crash and I'm still making money on corn. That's what I'm showing you here. Look at what corn did. /ZC. Price went from 380 down to 332. Now you would be thinking if you do a spread on this, you're probably not making money, right? You're probably super down on that buy position and you're probably profiting on maybe the long position, but the problem is they're probably maxing each other out. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not what's happening. Because when you look at /ZC, what I'm doing is picking high probability expirations and I'm choosing different, you can see different contracts. So I bought in the July, or I sold in the July rather, and I bought in the December. That is the spread that I did here. And again, this trade is up 5,000. One's up 12,000, the other one's down 7,000. This is a spread. Forex traders cannot show you spreads like this. Why? Because they're not able to do this, and they're definitely not able to do bear calls or bull put spreads. So that's the reason why I'm telling you guys, 10,000. 10,000 if you can find a day trader that trades Forex that says that they've been profitable in 4 consecutive quarters and the only thing that they trade is Forex. And the reason why you're not gonna find anyone is because even those who trade professionally, they do not have a portfolio of only Forex. They're trading futures and they're trading options. And we are one of the only channels, we are the only channel that's been exposing them. And we're definitely one of the only channels giving you bear call spreads and bull put spreads and showing you how to find high probability trades then by looking at this picture. This picture right here. Mind you, it was enough for me to give you financial astrology. But now I'm also telling you that our members are able to look at different perspectives and see a picture. For example, when I go over to the trade tab and I look at corn, I can open up this options chain, right? And we see price right now at 332. So then I come back over to this options chain and I'm saying, you know what? I want to do a bullish position. I don't know what's going to happen with corn, but I want to do a bullish position, slightly bullish. So I'll do a bull put spread, right? So when I go over to the trade tab, basically what I teach our members to do is how do you pick the high probability strikes here? And so then after you understand how to do that, I slide over to this put tab and I pick my strikes. So I already know these numbers in my head. So I'm actually going to do it here and I'm going to use the 375. So let's say, for example, I'm using the 375 here. And that's going to be my sell position. And then I'm going to back it up with my buy. This is going to be my buy position at 370. Now, mind you, this is a really tight spread that I just did here. And I have reasons why I picked these 2 strikes because I know that they're high probability. Now, I know this because of the way that I have my chart set up. If you want more information, jump into our membership. Look at this though. I'm collecting 17,000. Obviously, this is because I did 10 contracts each. I'm collecting 17,000 and I'm paying just a little bit less than 1,600. So the max that I can make on this trade is right around, let's say $1,200. But this is a high probability trade. I'm choosing strikes at 370 and 375. These are the strikes that I'm. So again, these are strikes that I'm picking for this particular trade, and this is information that you can get in my boot camp, in our membership. You can learn how we are picking these high probability strikes using this options chain where I won't really have to care about what direction corn goes in because I have it already hedged before I place a trade. And that is what you want to have in your trading portfolio. This is how you make money during the coronavirus. Coronavirus or not, this is how you understand the picture that you're seeing. that's what I wanted to give you guys today, a little bit on Capricorn and what we're seeing right now with Saturn sliding into Capricorn. Not only that, the winners that we're closing out right now in CB and some of the trades that we're looking at placing right now with our members. So again, if you want those 3 alerts, guaranteed you're gonna make back your membership. You'd even make back your boot camp if you did a boot camp. Because these 3 trades right here, guaranteed money. Live cattle, British pound, soybean. And if you want more information on how to trade these instruments, how to trade God, again, the links are in my description. So hit me up. And until next time, make sure you talk your options. Hey.